¡9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vámonos. Vámonos todos. Let's go. Le estoy escribiendo un poquito, Eras una vez dos gemelos que viajaban juntos, pero un día su camino fue bloqueado y fueron separados por una deidad que no se sabe quién es. Lumina. Y ahora se han reunido. ¡Bien!
Welcome everybody, I'm Zach Aguilar and I voice the male traveler Ether.
Son las voces del juego que doblan esos personajes en inglés, ¿vale?
And I voice the female traveler Lumine.
It's so great that we're together for this program, especially since our
Mira qué
characters
guapo que
finally
está en
get a
el
chance to
arte,
meet in version
Zongli.
1.4.
I know, tell me about it. I'm so glad that they invited me to the show. I've always been super curious about what it's like to do a special program.
Es verdad que Lumine nunca ha estado, creo.
Hey, that's what the special program's all about.
Vale, están hablando, introduciendo qué tal, qué no cuál, vale.
Keith Silverstein.
Oh, I like the trumpet there. Very nice. Hi, everybody. My name's Keith Silverstein, and I voice Zhongli, consultant for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor in Genshin Impact.
La voz de Zhongli en inglés mola un montón. Bueno, me hace gracia porque luego yo voy con cuidado con los spoilers y están diciendo quién es directamente.
Honestly, it's so hard to express how much we love your performance in the game, Keith. And by we, I obviously mean myself and a lot of other players.
Oh,
yo
that's
también.
So sweet. Thank you. It is really an honor to play a role that's loved by so many, myself included, of course. And come on, how exciting is this? I'm so excited that I'm doing a version preview.
En la versión
China
que han hecho antes estaba Zhongli y estaba Eula. Aquí no sabemos de momento si van a salir los mismos personajes.
Yes, big thank you to the entire Genshin Impact community. Thanks for your love and support.
We love you, Zhongli.
So, Keith, what do you think of Genshin Impact so far?
Well, I mean, we all know it's an amazing game. I mean, right off the bat, it's beautiful. You know, the graphics, the character design, everything. But the thing that really has blown me away has really been just the fan base.
Eso es verdad,
Just that this game is so popular worldwide, and I mean, it's such an honor to be a part of something like that.
O sea, el boom que ha tenido Genshin.
I've loved interacting with the fan base myself, and currently I'm still on the grind. I just love the gameplay. The graphics are absolutely beautiful, and I also love playing the game on my phone whenever I can't get to my PC.
Okay, so here's a question.
Es que esa es la cosa, o sea, es lo que os he dicho, es un juego de móvil, no es de PC.
It's so tough because I love all the mini games, but I think my favorite one is Ballads of Breeze. And I just love getting out my lyre too as I travel around to that.
Falta que te dejen poner una voz un poco.
That sounds pretty cool.
Me queda mucho para ser capaz de hacer ese tipo de cosas, la
let's
verdad.
not go too far there, Zach. I mean, I'm sure you're good and all, but genius?
Yeah, I'm sure you're great.
Anyways, I believe many of our viewers are waiting to hear more about what's in store for version 1.5. So why don't we start things off with a quick overview?
Sounds great.
Okay.
Take it away, Zach.
You got it.
Vale,
In
preview
version
de la
1.5, we'll have some
1.5.
brand new characters, several
Exacto.
cool new monsters,
Vale.
and various
Nuevos
special
monstruos, nuevos
events.
personajes,
We'll
nuevos
also have an
eventos
all-new feature
especiales.
to explore. And as always, there will be some optimizations and adjustments to our overall gaming experience.
Perfecto.
Wow, very nice.
Aside from all
Pero
the new
no zona
content,
nueva.
Genshin Impact is also having its
no.
native release for PlayStation 5 on April 28th. The same day version 1.5
Vale, o
comes
sea que la
online, so that's
1.5 también
definitely
sale para
exciting.
PlayStation
Totally.
5.
It's great
Vale.
news for our
Nada de
PlayStation 5
Nintendo
players out
Switch.
there.
Yeah, we'll get our first glimpse of version 1.5
Yo dije que
from
para
the trailer.
Nintendo Switch tiene que haber
But
algún
before
tipo
we
de
get to
problema
that,
o
I'd like to
algo
remind our viewers that we'll be giving away
con
redemption
Nintendo o algo
codes
así, porque
throughout the
si,
stream.
es raro que
In
no lo hayan
terms
podido
of
sacar ya
Primogems,
si no fue
we
algo
have
por el tema
Primogems.
de la tienda o algo
Yeah,
así.
and
Es lo que
just remember
me
that they
huele a mí
might appear at
la
any
idea.
time during the show, so be sure to stick around for those. Okay,
Okay.
now let's take a
Hay
first
que
look at the
apuntar,
official
¿vale?
trailer for Genshin Impact
Blog de
version
notas.
1.5, Beneath the Light of Jadeite.
Vale, el título del parche, ¿vale? Bajo la luz de la jadeíta, y este es el tráiler que os he puesto en Discord, ¿vale?
We will meet again.
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
Ah, la niña esta.
This is I, Ashtaha, forged of elemental crystal.
Es verdad, la niña esta que está... La niña se está frente al árbol diciendo, dentro de poco renacerá.
Will not absolve you. You stand upon your tomb.
Quake! There is a fine line between good and evil.
This is order. It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me. So here lies the wisdom of the gods.
Se mete bajo el suelo, ¿eh?
Hey, wait a minute. Does this count as martial arts?
¡Oh, Janpei! Nice. Qué bonita es, ¿eh? Qué bonita es. Y ese es el nuevo boss también. El otro que hemos visto es nuevo boss y este es nuevo boss, que es el cubo de hielo.
Inadmissible evidence. Well, I guess I've mastered both the pen and the sword. People tell me that if I just spoke more softly, others may find it easier to forgive me. But the only reason they think that way is because they've never been branded a
Mira qué bonita que es.
I condemn you. Freeze to the core.
¡Ojo!
Eye for an eye.
Ese es un heraldo del abismo, pero es un heraldo de Electro.
Vengeance will be mine.
Tío, el diseño mola un montón, no me digáis que no. Qué bonita que es.
This serenity pot is all yours now.
Relájate entera. Y tenemos el housing. El housing.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot.
El diseño del ayudante
Everything you need to know
me
about
gusta un
it.
montón. Tienes varias opciones para elegir. Esta es más tipo Monster, ¿vale? Mira. Molaría que pudieras dejar tus personajes, los personajes que tú tuvieras, en plan FK por el mundo. Este es en plan isla, ¿vale? Que es más tipo... Inazuma, y esto es más tipo... Liyue. No me digas que no mola, tío. A ver qué bonito. Puedes tener tus mansiones, ¿veis? Este es más como tipo Liyue, que es la montaña. Ahí. La montaña así como más mística. Una zona de montaña más tipo Monster. Y otra una cosa que parece más de isla con agua y esas cosas. Beneath the light of Jaedite. Bajo la luz de la Jaedita, ¿vale? Y esta es la features de housing. Que como veis, podéis poner animales. Podéis tener todos los gatos del mundo. Y podéis ir a los housing de vuestros amigos, ¿vale? Y este evento, no sé lo que es como un amplificador de energía. Pero no queda muy... No lo tengo yo tan claro. Es como, otra vez como el trial, como la especie de los trial de las torretitas, parecido a eso, similar, ¿vale? Y esto es como un evento de High Consigue. Este es el evento que os he dicho de los Hilly Tours, ¿vale? Que dan cositas para poner en housing. Y dan el mismo de Overflow de las líneas ley, pero de los tomos de talentos. Y Diona y Noel para Hangout. Y nuevos artefactos con un nuevo dominio. Hola Ragnarok, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Ese es el momento resumido todo. Parece que no, pero hay un huevo y medio de cosas, ¿eh? Exacto.
So be careful out there, Zach.
Hey, I've leveled up a lot since the last version. This dragon's got nothing on me.
Yeah, sure, Zach. You really expect us to believe that?
Personally, I'm excited for these new characters.
Sí.
They look super cool.
Yeah, and that sounds like a solid place to start, so
La
why don't I
historia es la
begin by
siguiente.
introducing the new
¿Dónde meten a
characters first?
Yanfei? ¿La
Sounds good
meterán
to me.
con Eula o la meterán con Zhongli? Porque la gente, por lo que parece, tiene bastantes ganas de tener a Eula y a Zhongli en el rerun, entonces no se sabe bien el orden. Yo, por la imagen que he visto, que sale primero Zhongli y luego Eula, parece ser que después del banner de Child viene el rerun de Zhongli, ¿vale? Es usuario de Claymore, como veis, elemento crío, y se siente, por lo que han dicho, se siente súper ligero, aunque lleva un arma de 2 manos. O sea, no se siente como... No se siente, o sea, se siente como si no fuera un arma de 2 manos, básicamente. Ahí está Eula, ¿vale?
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes.
Y
I'll
nos
teach
enseñan
you all
los
right.
iconos,
Mark
¿vale?
my words.
Introducing our new playable character, Eula, captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance
Eula.
Company. She
Eula,
carries a
vamos.
cryovision and elegantly wields her frosty claymore.
Yeah, the way she handles her weapon is truly amazing. Like, she even did a cartwheel with her sword. No wonder she's called the Spindrift Knight.
La
Yeah, her
caballera
combat
de la
style
marea se
really
le
stands
llama,
out.
¿vale?
Forget fighting. Her style is more like dancing or gymnastics.
Sí.
Seriously, she doesn't move
Hace-
like other claymore wielders at all.
Sí.
Her motions are way lighter and
Son
more
súper
fluid.
elegantes la manera en
Perhaps
la que
that's a
ataca.
result of the training passed down through her aristocratic bloodline.
Oh, she's a descendant of the family that was once overthrown by the Knights of Favonius, right?
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Ooh, I'm sensing a complex backstory here. Now the question comes, why would she be serving in the Knights of Favonius?
I don't know. For revenge? Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Por
yes
venganza,
and
sí.
No. Although Eula often talks about taking revenge on others, she doesn't seem to mean it for
No
real.
parece que sea su verdadera
Strange as it
intención.
sounds, it's just her own way of expressing care for other people. Let's have a look at her skills, shall we?
Vamos
Yes,
a ver las
please.
habilidades.
With her elemental skill, Ice Tide Vortex,
Vorticelado.
Eula slashes swiftly, dealing cryo damage. However, her
Es-
elemental skill
creo
has
que es
different
como la E
effects
de
depending
Beidou.
on whether you tap or hold the skill button.
Ooh, interesting. Tell us more.
Yeah.
A ver.
When tapping the elemental skill, Eula gains a stack of Grimheart by hitting an opponent. Grimheart increases Eula's defense and resistance to
Vale.
interruption.
Ok,
Sounds cool for a claymore wielder. What will
exacto.
happen if we hold her elemental skill then?
I was hoping you would ask that. When the skill is held, Eula consumes the stacks of Grimheart, and surrounding opponents will have their physical resistance and cryo resistance decreased. Now, each stack of Grimheart consumed will be converted into an
Vale, o
ice
sea
roll
que
brand
la
that does
parte de
cryo
la
damage
E
to
de este
nearby
personaje
opponents.
tiene
Ooh,
mecánica
I'm loving her
añadida,
Grimheart mechanic
¿vale?
already.
Yeah, me too.
Eula's
Si
elemental
la
burst,
presión es
glacial
mantenida-
illumination, deals cryo damage to
Vale,
nearby opponents
esto es el
and
ulti.
creates a light fall sword
mantienes
that
la E,
follows her around for a certain duration.
Le bajas
When her own
resistencias a
normal
los
attacks,
enemigos
elemental
y
skill
si
and
la
elemental
tienes
burst deal damage to opponents,
pulsada pero
they
corto,
will charge the
subes
light
tu
fall sword
defensa.
until it explodes violently once its duration ends.
An explosive icy sword. Wow. That
Y esta es
seems
una
almost like a
especie de
contradiction.
ulti de
I mean,
Rosaria,
ice that
pero que
explodes?
explota.
It's
Es una
like
cosa un
mixing
poco rara.
opposites.
Right? But it's somehow fitting for her character, you know? A noble
tío.
heir who joins the family's
La
arch
quiero.
enemy, who moves elegantly but causes violent explosions.
La quiero,
who
mola
manipulates
mucho,
cryo
tío.
element but is called the Spindrift Knight. She's full of contradictions.
Nice, Sarah. That's pretty deep.
Thanks.
Hey, why don't we take a look at our next new playable character in version 1.5?
Sounds good.
Vale, y vamos con Yanfei, que es la Kree, pero es una especie de Kree, un personaje que usa catalizador, una especie de Ningguang y Kree juntados, más o menos. Mola un montón en los ataques, Creo que una especie de campana. Cuando tira. Si no me equivoco, tiraba como una especie de campana cuando tiraba el ulti. Ahora vamos a
Need a
ver.
cure for insomnia? Let me read you the history of the development of Liyue's legal system. None of my friends have ever lasted longer than 20 minutes.
Innocence se llama.
The
O sea,
other new
Wise
playable
Innocence.
character in version 1.5 is Yenfei, a
Pues
legal
será
advisor
legal.
active in Liyue Harbor. She's a catalyst wielder and holds a pyrovision.
Sí.
Interestingly enough, she happens to be part illuminated beast.
Oh, just like Ganyu.
Exactly.
So, are those two sticks on her head her version of horns, or are they more like antlers?
Wait, I thought those were her pigtails, no?
Hostia, sí.
No.
La
No,
parte de
not at
aquí
all.
que se ven al,
Those are
ahí.
the symbol of her illuminated beast heritage.
Una bestia
Okay,
iluminada.
so
Es como,
question.
es como
Would that
del
mean
tipo de
she knows
Ganyu.
Rex Lapis then, or would she be bound by a contract with Morax in some way?
You mean like as a legal advisor for the god of contracts?
That would be quite the big title, but yeah, something like that.
Even Morax doesn't have command of all the illuminated beasts. Yenfei is one of the few that didn't sign a contract with him.
Oh, why is that?
She was born in a peaceful era. Therefore, there was no need for her to fight in any cruel wars like her predecessors.
Vale.
Interestingly, as a free illuminated beast, she's put herself in a profession where her job is to interpret laws and help others deal with conflicts and disputes.
Okay, so her work
Lo-
is all related to contracts, right?
Te explican un poco
'Cause I
lo
know I
de
saw
cada
some sort of
personaje para que
gigantic
sepas un poco de
pyro
dónde
stamp
viene,
slamming
pero
down when she
aquí
attacks.
realmente lo que se viene
You
es para que
know,
nos
like the
enseñen
kind
las
of thing you'd
habilidades
see
y tal.
used to stamp a contract?
Mm-hmm. You are correct. Both her normal attack, her elemental skill signed edict, and her elemental burst done deal grant her scarlet seals, which
Okay.
decrease Yenfei's stamina consumption. But these scarlet seals are not the big
Vale.
seal you saw.
Oh, so the scarlet seals must have been all those little red markings floating around her.
That's right. When she uses her charged attack,
Está
Yenfei
todos sus
consumes all
sellos
scarlet seals,
escarlata,
which in
vale.
turn increase her charged attack's area of effect and damage.
Oh, so
Vale.
that's what I
A
saw.
más marcas,
Sure
más
was.
daño.
One thing I forgot to mention is that Eula and Yenfei have some special connections to one another.
What
¿Cómo
would a
qué?
nice Mondstadt have to do with
Como
a legal
dice
advisor
que están
in Liyue
conectadas.
Harbor?
¿En qué?
Sounds like a mystery.
Que hagan
Yes,
sinergia.
indeed. One which the travelers will get to discover on their own.
Ah,
Leave
vale.
it to me.
Okay.
Rude. Leave it to us.
Oh, yeah, right. Us.
Right.
Oh, you two.
Oh, vaya.
And that's all the latest we have on the new characters.
No han,
Wait a minute. Didn't you forget
no han
something?
explicado
I don't think so.
tanto de
You know, I have a
Yanfei
pretty
como
good
de
memory,
Eula,
Zach.
Zach was gonna ask where we'll get to pull these adorable new characters from, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll
Vale,
get
los
to that
banners,
all in good time.
importante.
Right now seems to be a good time for us to give away our first
Y
redemption
primer
code.
código, ¿vale? Primer
Like I
código.
said, you never know when they'll appear.
Primer código.
Precisely. The first code will be unearthed
Vamos a
in
hacer
3,
captura.
2,
1. ¡Tarara! Vale, lo tengo. Es uno de los que os he puesto, creo, ¿eh? F6 SU sí, 367M 279. Vale, os lo pongo por aquí por el chat, ¿vale, chicos? Os pongo el código. Tenemos este código por aquí, ¿vale? Que podéis canjear en la página esta de aquí, ¿vale? Tenerla abierta porque van a lanzar algún que otro código más. O sea, volver a canjear, pero yo esto ya lo he canjeado, ¿vale? Me gusta un montón porque utilizan arte. Dice Only fan made art contest coming soon.
Yeah.
All right. I know you guys are
Importante.
anxious to hear more. In version 1.5, the two 5-star characters
Vale.
Zhongli and Eula
Esos son
will
los dos
appear
banners.
successively in their own separate event wishes.
Many of the players have been
Ah,
waiting
vale.
for Zhongli's return, and it's
Yanfei
finally
sale
The players
en
have been
el
waiting.
banner
I've been waiting.
de Zhongli.
Okay, to elaborate, Yenfei
Vale.
will be featured in Zhongli's event wish, Gentry of Hermitage. The exact dates and durations for the event wishes will be officially announced later. Aside from the new characters, a new 5-star weapon and 2 sets of new
Y tenemos
artifacts will
el
also be
banner
released
de
in version
las
1.5.
armas. Están puestos en Discord, Aurora. Hay alguno más,
very
¿vale?
cool.
That
Podéis
new
echar un
claymore
vistazo.
looks pretty ornate. It
el arma mola mucho, pero recordad lo que os he dicho de los banners de armas, ¿vale? Los banners de armas. Ok, yo es que lo he puesto esta mañana. Bueno, este mediodía.
Perhaps, and there may even be a hidden story behind them.
Y esos son los sets, ¿vale? Y tenemos que son los tenacidad de Milelith y Paleflame, ¿vale? Que es daño físico y cuando una habilidad elemental daña a un enemigo, ataque se incrementa por un 9% durante 7 segundos. Este efecto se stackea 2 veces, puede ser trigado una vez cada 0,3 segundos. Una vez que 2 stacks si lleguen a 2 stacks, hostia, el efecto de las 2 piezas se incrementa por 100. Y el otro es lo mismo, que sube la vida. Buah, el otro set para Zhongli, incluso para Juntao puede ser bueno, ¿eh? ¿Verdad? Porcentaje de vida. Y esta es nueva historia de dominio.
Diona's Hangout event and Act 2 of Noelle's Hangout event will be available for players to enjoy.
Act 2 with Noelle? That is so sweet. I really love the Hangout.
Espero que estéis contentos, vuelve Noel.
Okay, but that's not the only Act 2 we're getting in version 1.5. Act 2 of Zhongli's story quest will be released in the update as well, followed by Eula's own story quest.
Wow, I already can't wait to see more of Zhongli's storyline. Can you tell us more about what's going to happen, Keith?
Well, as you saw in the trailer, the
Estoy guardando
dragon
cosas, ¿vale?
seems to have
para
some,
cosas que tengo que hacer.
let's say, history with Zhongli will be making an appearance in Zhongli's story quest.
Me pregunto si le llegaremos a preguntar sobre lo que hemos visto en la última misión de Arcon.
It was mentioned in the quest about the nameless treasure. Seems like Mr. Zhongli's past is finding its way back to him.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, and meeting those who share the memory leaves an indescribable feeling.
Sarah, look, it's him!
It is!
You guys. Okay, in a word,
Lo siento, es que la interacción que hacen me hace mucha gracia.
Zhongli's story quest, and the disturbance it causes will also pose a serious threat to Liyue. Furthermore, this dragon will become a weekly boss, so
vale,
let's take a closer look
jefe
at it
dragón
in
va a ser
battle.
weekly boss. ¿Vale? Que es el que nos han enseñado en el mini trailer. Tiene pinta que va a estar guapo, ¿eh? Y me recuerda un montón a... No sé por qué me recuerda un montón como si fuese un Pokémon, tío, os lo juro. Como la evolución final de un Pokémon. Y por lo que veo es igual que el otro dragón de estos, que también podía ser de varios elementos. Este también parece que lo mantiene. Y se llama Azdad. ¿Cómo se lee esto, tío? Azdaha. Tiene un nombre un poco chungo, ¿eh? Os lo digo.
It's kind of cute. Oh, that's true. Right? And it's got those branches on its tail. And remember this place? There was a girl standing under a tree mumbling about the awakening of some most awe-inspiring individual. Remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, so she was talking about Ajdaha.
She was. Beneath the tree, or as it's called,
buah, el nombre cuesta, ¿eh?
Is the
Os lo digo.
cavern where Ajdaha was sealed away.
This new monster reminds me of Geoviships.
Absolutely. They have plenty of similar traits. As a boss, Ajdaha can change its element, hence the different colors you see on its body.
It seems like when it switches its element, the surroundings in the domain change too.
Sí.
Looks like there will be a variety of conditions for us to deal with.
Sí.
Ooh, are you excited, Zach?
Hidro no parece que hielo, fuego, electro. Vale, eso sí, Hidro, sí. Pero nada de Anemo. Y el otro nuevo boss que es la criohipostasis. Este, por lo que tengo entendido, tiene mecánica especial, entre comillas. Vale, que no es boss que sea un... Ah, me pongo equipo todo piro, sino que gana luego resistencias. A ver si lo comentan. Que va ganando con el tiempo, en teoría, resistencias a lo que ya es un equipo, ¿eh? Hola, Wanda, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos?
When the
Ahí lo veis.
cryohypostasis reaches low HP, it enters a shield to protect itself and recover from the damage.
Vale,
In the
tiene un
meanwhile,
escudo.
it attacks its enemies.
Which means us.
Huh, but it seems like we'll never be able to finish it off if we can't break the shield. So how can we take its shield down?
Vale, ¿cómo es la
Oh,
mecánica
I
de
know the answer to
romperlo?
this one. Travelers will need to figure it out on their own in version 1.5.
And with that, the apprentice has become the master. Yes, you are getting the idea. And there's one other new enemy we're going to see in version
Y
1.5.
otro bicho
Perhaps
tocho.
you two remember the Abyss Herald we encountered in version 1.4?
Oh, you mean that gigantic blue dude that
Vale,
works for me?
ok,
Well,
pues
technically,
ahora veremos,
he
a ver.
would be my gigantic blue dude if you are the traveler.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Seriously, do you guys bicker about everything?
Yes.
Anyway, it turns out that another one of the Abyss Order's elite
Han
monsters will
dado
be making a
códigos de
debut in version
protogemas, no sé si los has
1.5.
pillado,
The
Wanda.
Abyss
Están en
Lecter.
Discord.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Y este es el otro heraldo. Me gusta el diseño, tío. Me recuerda a Genji. Que son juegos... Overwatch y estos son con juegos completamente diferentes, pero no sé por qué me recuerda... No se supone que el otro... A mí lo que me hace gracia es que se supone que el heraldo... El heraldo de agua que vimos...
Okay, one thing to be noted is that some of the Abyss Lecter's attacks will decrease characters' elemental energy
Eso es
once they hit their
golpearlos,
opponents.
vale.
So be sure to dodge those.
If only it was that easy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Zach, I know you well enough. What are you thinking about over there?
Well, the Abyss Herald we met before was like an assassin, whereas this Abyss
Este
Lecter
es
we
como
see
un
now
mago.
seems more like a mage. The Herald could manipulate the Hydro element, while the Lecter manipulates the Electro element. Now that I think about it, what if I could put them on my team?
Well, I mean, yeah, practically speaking, that would make a very good team.
Well, that could be what the lost sibling was thinking.
Vale.
I'm sure the lost sibling said,
I will have order.
Me
and now we
imagino.
have the Abyss Order.
Me
Well, that's
imagino.
everything we have for our new monsters. So next, we will get a peek of an
Este es
all-new
Electro, pero
permanent
es
feature
eso. O
called
sea,
Serenity
habrá uno de
Pod,
cada, me
which will
imagino.
be available starting in version 1.5.
Lo que no me queda
Zack,
claro si
I'll
este
leave this part
señor
to you.
dónde sale.
After we helped
Si
the
sale en
city
el
get through its
abismo, supongo que
crisis,
es del
the Adepti
abismo.
of Liyue have taken note of our
Del
hard
abismo,
work.
o sea.
Knowing
no
we
lo
are
sé.
outlanders who often camp out in the wilds, they decided to give us a Serenity Pod as a gift.
Camping in the wild? Zach, we never camp.
Y esto es el sistema de housing que hemos
Yeah,
visto antes.
we just
Los tengo
keep
todos.
adventuring through the night.
Yeah.
Yes, Wanda.
Serenity Pot.
Nice.
I like the name.
Dan, pues eso,
So,
300
is this
protogemas que están
Serenity
bien.
Pot sort of like Madame Ping's magical teapot?
Yeah, it's what's known as a realm
En
within.
el 12 del abismo, creo que sí, ¿eh?
Sounds
Creo que sí.
exciting. That was really nice of them. I hope
Esto es
it
lo que
wasn't
más
too
ganas
difficult to
tengo de
make.
la 1.5.
The Adepti of Liyue are mighty illuminated beings with great power. Creating a realm within is nothing but creating a little trinket for them.
Keith, you sound so cool.
You
Anyways,
sound cool.
let's take a closer
Me
look
mola
inside
mucho la
this
interacción
so-called
entre ellos,
teapot.
os lo juro.
For
Vale, y
starters,
aquí
there are
tenemos
3 different realm layouts for
tres
us to
tipos,
choose
¿vale?
from. Floating Abode, Emerald Peak, and Cool Isle.
La isla
Wow, so
flotante,
this is what the Adepti would consider just
como
a
la
trinket?
costa de
Inside the
playa
realm, you'll
y
find
la
Tuppy,
zona
a
montañosa
teapot
más
spirit
tipo
who
Monstar.
manages all the general affairs in the
Lo
realm
que no sé
within.
si luego lo puedes
just like a
intercambiar
butler.
una vez
Oh
elijas.
my gosh, Tubby is so round and cute!
Es súper cuco,
Love it.
tío.
And it plays an important role in our realm too. When we raise its trust rank, it will give us some rewards and unlock
Da
new features for our
protogemas.
realm. For example, the 3
Importante.
different realm layouts. We'll have to increase our trust rank if we want to unlock them all.
Okay, so question. If I rub Tubby, will it grant me 3 wishes?
What are you talking about? Tubby's not a genie.
Okay, okay. I was just
Lo siento, es que me ha
thinking,
hecho gracia.
magic
Dice,
lamp,
si,
magic teapot.
si le
Sorry,
froto me dará
how do
3
I increase
deseos por lo de
trust
estar
rate with
dentro de una
Tubby then?
lámpara.
Whenever we create new furnishings,
¿Ves?
Tubby's trust increases. Moreover, with the help of the teapot spirit, we'll
Y tenemos que
collect various
craftearlos,
blueprints
como
from different
veis,
sources.
hay diferentes
Once we've
recursos
collected the
para
necessary materials for creating
hacerlos.
furnishings,
Que eso está
we can
bastante
make
bien.
those furnishings in the Serena teapot.
Esto está bastante
Use
bien
them
para
to decorate
mantenerte
our home.
ocupado.
Of course, we can also buy some
Haciendo
furnishings
cosas.
directly from Tubby.
Good. I'd like an ornate glazed lily pattern incense burner.
Really? That's a super specific choice.
Well, I'm a super specific guy.
Anyway, this Serena teapot will
Y
be
como
a
veis,
large
podéis
personal
elegir
realm
tanto
that
las
players
cosas
may
de fuera
manage.
como las de
They
dentro,
can
que
take
está
their
bastante
time
guay.
considering how to decorate the space and can fill it with the things they like to make it feel like home.
I see. Okay, then let's prepare some radiant grade Noctilucus jade for starters.
Okay, first of all, your standard of home is way too high.
And that's wrong because...
I mean, you know what? You do you. You do you.
Yeah, totally. Well, if we are short of any practical decoration
Y
ideas,
aquí
we
creo
can
que te
also apply
enseñan
to
que
enter our
puedes
friends' realms for some
visitar.
inspiration. We can just stop by for a visit
O
and
sea,
snap some nice photos.
Ooh, that means we can
Lo que
throw
no sé
parties
es-
in our personal
lo que
realms.
no
That'll
sé
be so fun.
Es si
Are
tienes
you
que
gonna put me
invitarles
on
a
your
posta y
ultra
tienes que estar
exclusive
ahí.
guest
Que
list
supongo
then?
que sí. O sea, me refiero, creo que no puedes ir si el amigo
Just
está offline,
kidding.
creo que no puedes ir y esas cosas.
You know, we're going from roughing it in the wild to luxurious house parties. I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, and the
Os digo, una de
realms
las cosas que
seem
me
very
molaría
large,
mucho
too.
es que te dejara
Large
poner
enough
los
to unleash your
personajes que
imagination.
tienes
Yeah, we can create views outside the house and arrange the
dentro.
layouts
En
of
plan,
furnishings.
elegir qué personajes
And
puedes
as we put
mostrar
more
haciendo
furnishings
cosas.
into the Serena teapot, our adeptal energy increases, enabling the realm to produce more realm currency.
So, more furnishings increase adeptal energy. I like the sound of that.
I knew
Nice.
you'd like that.
So, with this new
Cuanto
realm
más
currency you
energía,
mentioned
más
comes a new
cosas
way of
puedes poner.
exchanging it, I suppose?
That's right. We can
sí.
exchange realm currency for a variety of materials and rewards. And sometimes a teapot
He
traveling
visto-
salesman
he
carrying
visto
realm
que puedes-
treasures might appear. So be sure to check it out.
Puedes
Noted.
coger resina de dentro, pero no
There's
sé.
already a lot on everyone's to-do list for this feature.
Oh, puedes tener
And
muchos
there might be even more
gaticos.
to come in the future. Let's wait and see
Eso es
what the
importante,
Serena
que
teapot holds
dicen
for us
que
in store together.
igual meterán más
I
cosas de
will,
estas en el
and in
futuro,
the
lo cual está
meantime,
guay.
I will stuff my realm with satisfying furnishings.
All right, just please don't make Tubby work
Estoy
too
muy
hard.
feliz
I
porque
won't,
metan
as
una cosa.
always,
Sí, se
I'm
supone
sure
que
the
esto
travelers will
lo
cover
dijeron
my
que lo iban a
expenses.
meter al principio del
Wait
juego.
a minute, what?
Versión
We can
base.
afford that?
He
Well,
llegado
two of you
ahora.
together, you might be able to cover it.
I don't have
I
any.
don't think so.
Okay, okay, I'm just kidding.
Si gastas
You should have
60
seen
se
your
te
faces
regenera.
right then.
Nice.
Anyways, that's all the news we have for the upcoming Serena teapot feature. In the next section, we'll get to learn about some exciting events that will be exclusive to
Más
version
eventos, ¿vale?
1.5.
Los
But
mini
now, it
eventos
seems
que
about
vienen.
time to give away our second redemption code.
Otro
Yeah,
código,
more
¿vale?
rewards.
Practically speaking, the faster you act, the better.
Goodies inbound in 3, 2, 1.
Hasta cogerlo. Y ya está. Este también lo tenemos también puesto, ¿eh? Este también lo tenemos puesto. Esto es protogemas 2. Y te da 100 protogemas y 5 libritos. Vale, el código es... El código es este de aquí, ¿vale? Y ya sabéis dónde canjearlo, donde siempre. Hola, Takeyusei, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Welcome. Tío, es que el diseño de Ula me flipa. O sea, no sé qué es. No sé qué es. Si es porque es usuario de Claymore. No lo sé, no sé qué tiene, pero me flipa el diseño, ¿eh? Os lo digo. Me flipa mucho, tío. Socorro.
Welcome back,
Sí.
adventurers. It's time
Las-
to
la-
unveil
bueno,
the
es-
special
este es
events coming
el
to version
anuncio
1.5.
Oficial.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so first on the list is an event called Energy Amplifier Initiation. In
Iniciación
this
del
event, a
amplificador
Sumeru
de
researcher will
energía.
ask us to gather Irminsul fruit fragments. For a time, we'll be entrusted with a
Nuestro
mysterious
cuidado, no hay-
ancient relic, the Energy Amplifier.
El amplificador
With
de
this relic,
energía.
we can unleash the power of the fragments we collect.
¿Cómo se
During the
llamaba
event,
el
this
evento este
energy
de, de
amplifier will
los
grant us some effects
de los
in combat.
meteoritos, tío?
So it really is literally amplifying our abilities.
Es como
Speaking of
runas.
ancient relics, I feel like Mr. Zhongli would know something about that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at me for? You know I'm not really Zhongli, right?
Oh.
But I do happen to have some insight on the energy amplifier. For one, there are variations of how you can configure the fragments into the energy amplifier. One variable, motive force, affects how many fragments one can configure. The higher the sum of your character's levels, the higher motive force you can provide to the energy amplifier. With higher motive force, players will be able to equip more high-quality fragments to strengthen their team.
What if I don't have enough characters at higher levels?
As always, Zach, that's where your friends come in. You can borrow up to 3 characters from your friends to increase your motive force. You got that, Zach?
Vale, eso es importante. Podéis utilizar los... Podéis utilizar los personajes de los amigos, ¿vale? Importante.
There are plenty of
Se retrasa el 50 de 5 a 10, sí.
We'll search for the fragments in places of interest throughout the open world.
But it won't be easy to get treasures as powerful as Irminsul fruit fragments.
Exacto, como el evento de los dragartos, sí.
Circling around the fragments before they're able to collect them.
Ah, that makes sense.
And we'll also be able to enter something called a Twisted Realm in the later phase of the event.
Twisted Realm?
60 por 2 gemas cada dominio. Dominio.
There are 4 domains in the Twisted Realm, and each has different bizarre twists.
Y esto es un poco 50-50, ¿vale? Es como el evento de los dragartos, pero como el evento de los cubos, ¿vale? Tú eliges a la carta qué cosas le pones, que está bastante guay. Yo la verdad es que lo disfruté bastante, y en cooperativo es muy divertido. Te dan una Diona. Te dan una Diona. Nice. Creo que con eso llevo constelación 6 de Diona. Pues... Dominio. Doraemon. Kentai Doramio. Dicen esperar el final de anime que Naruto. Ya.
Throughout the trials, our team will not form any elemental resonance. And food and potions in our inventory will also not be accessible.
No, that sounds tough.
Why? Eso es bien.
Before each trial, we can preview the monsters we'll be encountering, along with some corresponding
tips and tasks.
So it is possible for us to choose characters that fit the conditions before we start. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Esto es como una especie de evento de... como el de... el Battle Chest.
In each trial, players need to activate all 3 of the ancient runes within the time limit to gain access to the final challenge. There are benediction mechanics with the trials, which allow players to obtain certain bonus effects
como el Contending Types, pero en bien.
At the same time, there are also some
Tiene pinta de ser el Contending Types, pero en bien. Este pinta muy divertido.
Players will need to use the appropriate reactions to temporarily disable these devices.
Lo que no he visto que te pide para entrar.
Totally, and with rewards like Primogems, Mora, and other materials awaiting, it'll definitely be worth a shot.
Pinta.
Primogems? Oh, I'm in.
Our next event is called Mimi Tomo.
Este es el de Hilichurl que os he dicho.
This event is about a certain unusual Hilichurl we might
El niño rico, sí, Zhongli. Son los protas, ¿vale? Ahí Lumin y Zhongli.
Okay, to viewers who are searching for where you can find this unusual Hilichurl right now, just know you can't actually use the Primogems it throws at you.
Lately, this unusual Hilichurl has been stirring up trouble on the merchant routes. It's time for us to teach it a lesson.
But this Hilichurl is not an easy one to trace.
So we'll need to borrow some help from an expert. Perhaps you remember the Hilichurlian expert Ella Musk?
Yeah, you mean that little girl in the library?
La niña que te
gruñe, sí. It's time for her to teach us a lesson.
Yeah. We'll be utilizing the handy handbook of Hilichurlian from her to communicate with other Hilichurls for intel on the whereabouts of this unusual Hilichurl.
That seems like fun.
Tienes que estar en el tiempo correcto y buscar al Hilichurl.
You can write it down, Zach.
Or you can take a screenshot.
Oh, yeah,
Mita
screenshot.
Momolata.
Now that's good advice.
The only question now is, how reliable is this handy handbook of Hilichurlian? After all, it has a disclaimer on its title page saying it cannot be held responsible for any consequences of its use.
Wait, so you're saying it could potentially do more harm than good?
If that's the case, we'll have to persuade the Hilichurls by physical means.
Ooh, now that's what I'm talking about. We could be quite persuasive that way.
Vale, a ver.
Wait, no.
Ahora te pegan bien.
We're talking about bribing them with some apples or something, right?
Ahora te pegan bien,
That
¿sabes?
type of persuasion?
Y llama
Apples.
a otros bichos. Les tienes que cortar que no se vayan.
Anyway,
Y
players will gain
importante,
some furnishing
os dan
blueprints, Primogems, and other
furniture,
rewards from the event. So be
que
sure not to
son
miss out on this one.
muebles. Vale.
Our next event is
En
simply
menos
called
fancy, muebles.
Wind Trace. Personally, I'd like to call it hide and seek.
Alright,
Anda.
sounds fun.
And in case you're wondering, Wind Trace actually originates from when ancient nobles were hunting for rebels in Mondstadt.
Son como gatos, ¿no?
Okay. Now things are starting to sound a little bit scary.
No worries, Zach. Today it's transcended from its dark history, passing
Anda.
down only the names of the two sides, Hunter and Rebels.
Oh, so
Anda.
what does a round of Wind Trace look like?
I'm glad you asked, Zach. Players will be playing in contested zones. They will be allocated one of the two sides, the Hunter or the Rebels. The Rebels hide and the Hunter seeks. But there's more to it than just that. The Rebels can use their windward arts to disguise themselves, place bait, or temporarily enter a hidden state.
Yo pensaba que esto lo iban a hacer
Sounds interesting.
de otra
How
manera.
about the Hunter? What can they do?
The Hunter can use various arts to detect the location of the Rebels and
Anda.
disable their tricks and disguises.
So, the two sides are really going at it then.
Yeah.
Cuando te
And
ven
during
así
the
es
game,
imposible,
favors will
no.
descend upon the area at random,
Que no te
and
vean.
both sides can pick up these favors to help charge up their own so-called secret favor.
There are 5 contested zones in the open world, so those who are familiar with all the areas and terrain will have some advantages.
Good news for those treasure chest hunters out there.
Yeah. Players will obtain Wind Trace coins from the event and unlock a variety of
mira la-
rewards, including
ponen
a
una
Wind
carta
Trace
nueva.
name card.
Qué
But if you
chula.
play the game in co-op mode with your friends, or if you've already reached the daily limit of obtainable Wind Trace coins, then you won't be able to gain any more.
Vale, o sea que se limita, que no puedes
I hope
jugarlo
you
en
all
multi
enjoy
y
this
luego en el
little game.
tuyo que
Our
comparten.
final event is called
Y esto es lo que hemos
Overflowing
dicho,
Mastery.
que es igual que el overflow
We
de
had
las líneas
Leyline
ley,
Overflow
pero
before,
de
right?
los libros de
That's
maestría
right.
para
Only
talentos.
this time, we will have doubled talent level up materials. During the event,
Nice.
we will have 3 chances daily to collect double rewards using original resin from selected domains
Yo
of
ya os digo,
mastery.
tendrían que intercambiar
If I'm
este
not
evento con el de
mistaken,
las
this is the
líneas
first
rey
time we'll have an
una
event
vez
that
cada
doubles
mes e ir
talent level up
intercambiándolo.
materials. That's huge.
Exactly. So if you need to
O,
grind
o
for
sea,
talent
una vez
level
cada
up
2
materials,
semanas. Una
this
vez
will be
una,
your
una vez
chance.
otra cada mes.
I bet everybody's gonna love that.
Sí,
Alright, that's about all we have for the special events
sí,
in version
nos gusta.
1.5.
Este nos gusta. Lo que pasa es que es
As
un poco...
always, the last part of our version previews will be
Ah, esto
regarding
lo tengo
new
que recortar.
optimizations and adjustments coming to the game. Keith, would you like to explain the coming changes for version
Vale.
1.5 to our
ok.
viewers?
Estos son
Sure thing.
mejoras
Starting from version
en general,
1.5,
¿vale?
the cost of original resin to claim rewards for the first 3 weekly bosses will be reduced from 60 to 30.
Okay, that's half the cost.
Yeah, and we'll have
Ooh.
a total of 4 weekly bosses, so that means we'll be able to claim rewards from all the weekly bosses using a single
Vale.
day's resin.
And
Okay.
we'll even have 10 original resin left
Vale,
over.
vale,
Check you out,
ok,
Sarah.
importante. Vale, reducen lo que te cuesta
Next, after the version update,
la
character
resina de los
companionship experience
bosses.
gained while playing in team with other players in co-op mode will be
Hacer
doubled.
las... Eso es lo dicho
So,
yo
if
antes.
we want to accelerate our friendship with some characters and learn more about their stories, we can defeat bosses or clear domains with other players in co-op mode.
Si lo hacéis en cooperativo, os dan el doble de reward en
Need some more of those.
jope,
The
de
third
amistad del
optimization
personaje,
will be
pero
about
no de nada
mailing
más.
alerts for when events are ending. After the
Sí,
version update, Genshin Impact will
Janfei,
send mail
que
alerts
es
to players
usuario de
before any
catalizador
limited
de
time
fuego.
events end.
Yeah, considering all the unique gameplay and loads of rewards from those limited time events, it would be a pity to miss them.
Definitely. For players who are too busy to check the end time of each event, the mail alert will for sure come in handy.
Yeah, absolutely. Our
Ahora
last
te avisan de
optimization
cuando se
coming in
termina un
version
evento,
1.5 will be
llegándote
about
un
slimming
correo.
down the game's overall size.
Oh,
Y
that's
ahora-
kind of cool.
With this optimization, players can manage the voiceover files they've installed.
Vale.
If you no longer want to keep the audio files for a certain language, you can delete the corresponding voiceover files manually. And that audio pack will not update in future version updates.
Vale. Vale, ok, importante que podéis rebajar las voces, ¿vale? Y para reducir espacio podéis bajar, o sea, podéis eliminar paquetes de voces del juego. Está bastante bien. Porque en mi caso tengo instaladas en inglés y en japonés. Buah, personaje dentro. A saber. De momento no se sabe nada.
3, 2, 1, go.
Vale, y cogemos esto por aquí, que es el siguiente, que es este de aquí, que os lo pongo por el chat. Hola Shams, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Ahí está, protogemas 3. Dentro arquero. Yo es que no sé si es a lo mejor porque se les hace difícil poner habilidades. Porque realmente para el resto de elementos es un poco más fácil. Porque de dentro es un poco más complicado. ¿Sabéis lo que quiero decir? O sea, para que sea equiparable con el resto del equipo, me gustaría que no fuera lo típico del dendro healer y ya está, ¿sabes? Por ejemplo, en elemento Anemo, pues tenemos a Xiao, que es DPS, que no es, ¿sabes?
Well, I hope everyone has caught all the codes, and I think it's about time to wrap up the show.
Y creo que con esto es todo, ¿vale? Han metido bastantes cosas, lo que pasa es que nos queda, creo que nos queda una de las, nos queda todavía más. Creo. No sé si van a enseñar más o no, ¿eh? No sé si van a enseñar más.
How did you like doing the special program?
En la otra versión sí, pero en esta no sé qué van a hacer.
Make all of these announcements. I mean, everyone's so hyped to find out what's in store, and we get to be the people to share that with them. So it's amazing. Plus, I am looking forward to spending quite a bit of time in the Serenity.
¿Lo van a enseñar más?
Yeah, me too. All right, thanks for watching the Genshin Impact version 1.5 special program, everyone. And I hope you all have fun in your teapots.
Bye, everybody. See you in version 1.5.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
No van a enseñar.
Are you still there?
Ah, vale, bien. Bien. Bien.
We have an extra special surprise.
Bien. Vais a flipar. Y aquí están las zonas de lo que es el concept art, ¿vale? De Inazuma. I'm loving this. Son diferentes islas que se supone que conforman la zona de... Está muy orientado a Japón, si lo veis. O sea, tiene toda la pinta... Toda la pinta de mirar estos, tío. Mirar esto, la ciudad. O sea... Aquí me hace gracia. No han enseñado el modelo en la versión... En la versión del otro idioma. Sí que han enseñado, que ahora os la pongo yo por aquí por el chat, ¿vale? Ah, esto es otra vez el tráiler. Os pongo por aquí, dame un segundito que os lo pongo enseguidísima.
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
Esto de aquí, ¿vale? Que ahora os lo enseño. Bueno, vamos a terminar esto y enseguida os lo enseño, ¿vale? Esto es otro de los bosses que van a poner. A ver, la mejora para los bosses bien, pero sí es, yo lo veo insuficiente. O sea, es un mini parche, pero... Han vuelto a poner este tráiler, lo tenéis en Discord, ¿vale? ¿Veis? Esta es Janfei. Esta es la otra, Teyusei. Es free to play, Sam. Ahí lo dejo. Es un gacha, eso sí. Y esta es Yula. Estos son los dos personajes, ¿vale? Me da rabia porque me ha enseñado... Ahora os enseño. Voy a dejar que lo veáis. Esto es lo que se supone que va a estar en el abismo. ¿Vale? Es usuario de catalizador. Es como una especie de Klee y de Ningguang juntas. Esto es Sistema Housing, de nuevo. Tengo muchas ganas del Housing, sobre todo si se puede farmear. Creo que soluciona un poco el hecho de estar tan aburridos. Tendremos ahí un poco... Porque me acuerdo que la parte del 1.3, para farmear para las linternas, estuve farmeando bastante. La cosa es que no sé si se farmea dentro del teapot o fuera. Y que los eventos te den rewards para esto está bastante guay. Ay, me pone muy feliz, tío. Me pone muy feliz tener un sistema de housing. Está muy chulo, ¿eh? La historia que preguntaba antes, que no sé si una vez eliges el tipo de esto, luego lo puedas cambiar, ¿sabes? En plan, tipo Animal Crossing, que tú seleccionas el tipo de isla que tienes y ya está, no lo puedes cambiar, tienes que resetear para tenerla. Entonces no sé si te dejarán cambiar de estilo de isla, porque se supone que lo puedes desbloquear por... ¿sabéis? Por reputación. Así se llama, a la luz de la jadeita, ¿vale? No sé por qué tengo como por aquí más cosas. Bueno, enseñan el resto de esto que lo hemos visto ya realmente, o sea, han vuelto a poner otra vez el mismo este que del principio, ¿eh? ¡Ojo! Tenemos una estiración. Estiración. El cuello. Vale, esto es lo que os quería enseñar. Con cuidado, con mucho cuidado de no spoilear el ya sabéis, tema Twitter, cómo funcionan las cosas, pero bueno. Esto es lo que quería enseñar. Esta es la imagen que han enseñado, ¿vale? No, pestaña, aquí está. Esta es la imagen que han enseñado desde el directo de el otro idioma. Entonces, como veis, tenemos un personaje aquí a la derecha, que es el que han introducido, que no hemos tenido en esta versión. Se supone que es... os digo, ¿vale? Se supone que es... Se ha autopresentado en el otro idioma como hermana mayor de Ganyu. Se rumorea que puede ser el arcón de la zona de Inazuma, el arcón de Electro. Pero por lo que parece también se parece también a un personaje de Honkai. Y se supone que es amiga conocida de Zhongli, pero versión Morax, ¿vale? Así que no se sabe quién es. De la chica cabra, sí. Se ha autodenominado así. Entonces, tiene pinta de ser el arcón de Electro, ¿vale? Pero, don't know, no se sabe todavía. Es la que nos ha estado presentando a la zona de Inazuma y ha estado explicando cosas. Lo que pasa es que, bueno, pues no la han puesto en inglés. Don't know.
My cookies sweet like lollipops. Fresh in the morning, welcome to my candy shop. Murukurate flavors on your lips. Sweet combination going on a bubble tea trip.